in chapter 5 power quality management in smart grid is very important. Okay, then also in which we have to need study of the power quality. Okay, then also this power quality is based on smart grid. Okay, then power quality will be give necessary compatibility between all equipments when all equipments is connected to the grid. And also in power qualities different issue can be solved with the help of different techniques, and it gives better and efficient operation of the smart grid in future. Okay, now this is the just overview of the power quality. Okay, then also power quality issue is not from unnecessary barriers in smart grid. That means also in which we have to explain the concept of renewable energy sources, and these renewable energy sources will be connected to the smart grid. Also at that instant we have to need some smart properties, and these smart properties will be applicable to the grid, that is smart grid. At that instant these smart properties will be also applicable for future grid. At that instant we have to need some challenges. These challenges will be accepted from our side to increase the efficiency of the power quality, and also it gives better efficient management of the power quality. Okay, then at that instant when improve the power quality we have to need communication technology, and this communication technology will be depends on sending end and receiving end station. Okay, that means at that instant when using communication technology, then we have to need to measure all parameters and evaluate all parameters with the help of communication data or communication techniques. Okay, then also in which we have to need some variations occurring power quality like small voltage, slow voltage, maximum voltage, harmonics, flickers, unbalanced voltage, then over voltage, under voltage. All these parameters will be covered with the help of power quality management in smart grid. Okay, then also in which we have to check the disturbance level in smart grid with the help of interaction between network and connected equipment. Okay, that means power quality study is very important in smart grid. Okay, now we have to show the just diagram of the power quality will be depends on three parameters. Like first parameter is generating equipment, that is generator side, then consumer equipment and distribution network. Okay, these are the three parameters that is called as influences of power quality, and these power quality influences will be depends on their operation of the generation, network and consumer. Then also in network technology we have to need structure of the network, and also we have to need operating status of the network with the help of generating equipment and consumer equipment. That means these are the some possible examples will be importance in power quality like generating equipments, consumer equipment and distribution network. Okay, now this is the just overview of the power quality will be based on smart grid with the help of influences on power quality. Okay, now also next point is power quality management in EMC in smart grid, that means called as electromagnetic compatibility. That means this is the important physical characteristics of smart grid technology, and it increase the efficiency of the smart grid. Okay, that means this is the easy to detect all sensitive electronic devices, and also it gives better performance in smart grid. That means EMC, it is the satisfactory function of the electrical and electronic equipment, and this will be depends on electromagnetic disturbances. That means electromagnetic compatibility will be depends on electromagnetic disturbances, and this electromagnetic compatibility can be defined, that is IEC, that is International Electrochemical Commission. That means this concept it is developed by or discovered by IEC, that is called as International Electrochemical Commission. And also this IEC defined as a electromagnetic compatibility. That means it gives the ability of the equipment with respect to function, and it gives better performance in smart grid without any disturbance occurring environment. That means electromagnetic compatibility does not affect environment with the disturbances of electromagnetic radiations. Okay, that means electromagnetic compatibility, it does not affect or does not any type of pollution occur in environment. Okay, now this is the power quality EMC. That means electromagnetic compatibility EMC is important in smart grid. Also, electromagnetic disturbances in the form of radiation, conduction, in the form of occurring electrical, electronic equipment, and also these electromagnetic disturbances does not affect environmental condition. Also, in which these disturbances divided into number of frequency, that is maximum frequency and low frequency. At that instant, electromagnetic compatibility will be check the frequency of the disturbances like low, medium and high. Okay, that means the IEC, that is International Electrochemical Commission, is defined low frequency and its range is 9 kilohertz. Okay, that means also IEC standard give exact limit of the frequency, that is low frequency is 9 kilohertz. Now this is the concept of EMC, that is electromagnetic compatibility using smart grid. Okay, also at that instant we have to need a relation between voltage quality and EMC, that means difference between voltage and electromagnetic radiation or electromagnetic compatibility. Okay, that means these two phenomena is very important. That means voltage quality based on voltage, current and power factor, but EMC based on only electromagnetic radiation or electromagnetic compatibility, and also depends on frequencies less than 9 kilohertz. Okay, that means this is the important relation between voltage quality and EMC. That means voltage always depends on voltage, but EMC always depends on frequency. Okay, now this is the difference between voltage quality and EMC. Okay, at that instant we have to need low frequency phenomena. Okay, that means electromagnetic compatibility defines low frequency and high frequency. Then first we have to explain the low frequency phenomena. That means in which we have to conducted harmonic and interharmonics. Then signals of the power line. Then voltage fluctuation. Then voltage dips and voltage interruption. Then voltage unbalance. Then power frequency variation, that is low, medium and high. Then low frequency voltage. Then DC component using AC network. That means also in which we have to need a DC filter and AC filter to minimize the losses in the network. Okay, then also this is the phenomena of low frequency. Then also in which we have to need high frequency phenomena, which is very important in electromagnetic compatibility. Okay, that means in which we have to need to conducted induced voltage or currents, then unidirectional and bidirectional transient and oscillatory transient. These are the phenomena of the low frequency and high frequency will be observed in electromagnetic compatibility. Okay, now this is the phenomena of power quality management in EMC in smart grid. Okay, then also in which we have to need some parameters for the power quality in. Okay, then we have to explain next phenomena is, that is electromagnetic compatibility using power system. That means power system consists of generation, transmission and distribution. Okay, and also in generator side and distribution side we have to use electrical network, and also in which we have to need frequency. At that instant we have to measure the frequency range from generation side and transmission side, because electromagnetic compatibility will be depends on frequency. Okay, then also when power system will generate electricity, at that instant electromagnetic disturbances occur from input side as well as output side. At that instant we have to measure low frequency disturbances and also measure high frequency disturbances with the help of electromagnetic compatibility, that is called as EMC equipment. Okay, then also in power system one network is connected to the other network, then also this network will be affected by power quality issue or any type of disturbance. At that instant we have to measure the frequency. Okay, that means network will be depends on their parameters. That means that is voltage quality, then current distortion and voltage distortion, then harmonics will be checked in power system. That means EMC is the most important part in smart grid. That means without EMC we cannot control power quality of the smart grid. Okay, then also at that instant when EMC using power quality, at that instant we have to need electrical safety. Okay, because electrical safety is very important for the regulatory system. That means we have to use large number of parameters like voltage, current, frequency, and these all parameters can be controlled with the help of EMC. Okay, now in which we have to need electrical safety for the generating side, transmission side and distribution side when use power system. Okay, now this is the just overview of the power quality in EMC in smart grid. Okay, now this is the brief information about the EMC. Okay, then we have to explain the next point is power quality standard and power quality issue and their consequences. That means this point is very important, and also in which we have to measure the power quality with the help of according to IEEE standard. Okay, then also in which we have to need to measure the power supply and also check the quality of the power supply, and this power supply can be divided into two variations, that is voltage variations and current variation. That means in voltage variation we have to measure the deviations of voltage, and in current variation we have to measure the deviations of current at nominal values and ideal values. Also in voltage and current variation we have to measure the magnitude and frequency of the voltage current variations. Also we have to take the average value of the voltage and current. Okay, and these average values of the voltage, magnitude and frequency is compared to the nominal value, when we have to obtain this nominal value with the help of different parameters. Okay, then also in voltage and current variation we have to study the voltage magnitude, also increase voltage magnitude, also study the decrease voltage magnitude. That means these both parameter, that means voltage variations and current variation, will be obtained with the help of load. Okay, that means we have to supply voltage and current from input side to load side, and also this load side will be depends on action of the transformer tap change. That means we have to need small voltage, then we have to use step down transformer, then we have to need maximum voltage, then we have to use step up voltage, and also this voltage can be controlled with the help of capacitor bank or reactor. That means capacitor bank is useful to improve the power factor between voltage and current. Okay, and then reactor is used as to balance the current in transmission line. Okay, then also in which we have to use tap changer, then also use capacitor bank. Then both are useful for to change the voltage level as per requirement. Okay, then also voltage magnitude will be depends on load variations, and this load variation will be depends on voltage and current variation. Then also in which we have to need to study of the voltage magnitude variation, then voltage frequency variation, then current magnitude variation, also need current phase variation, also require voltage unbalance, current unbalance, and voltage fluctuation. Okay. Now in voltage and current variation, these 6 parameters is very important in voltage and current variation. Then next point is harmonic distortion. That means harmonic distortion occur due to harmonic current, and this harmonic current will be generated due to voltage distortion. That means change in voltage due to non-sinusoidal load current, harmonic current, and current distortion. Then also harmonic current distortion require overrating of the transformer and cable, and also series resistance also increase the frequency, and then also increase the losses occurring any type of the equipment. Then at that instant harmonic current will be generated due to harmonic field, and then at that instant we have to need study of the voltage distortion and current distortion in harmonic distortion. Okay, now that means voltage distortion is very important in harmonic distortion, because voltage changes, then current changes, then harmonic will be generated in any type of equipment. That means harmonic study is very important in distortion. That means odd harmonics and even harmonics both are depends on number of integers. That means we have to use even number and odd number to then find out the integer like odd harmonics and even harmonics. Now this is the study of the harmonic distortion using power quality issues. Okay, then also in which we have to need voltage sag. Okay, that means change in voltage level. Okay, then also in voltage sag we have to measure the short duration time and large duration time with when we have to use RMS voltage. Also in which we have to need the study of the short circuit. Okay, then above figure shows that this is the voltage sag, and in which the RMS voltage decreases from 10 to 90% nominal voltage. That means the voltage decreases from 10 to 90% nominal voltage in 1/2 cycle of the 1 minute. That means it is very less time is required for the voltage sag. And also voltage sag will be occur due to line to ground fault. Okay, that means voltage sag concept is very important in electric motor. Okay, then also voltage sag occur due to lightning and falling of the object in power lines, and also occur due to sudden load change. Now this is the concept of voltage sag, and this is the diagram of voltage sag. That means change in voltage level. That means suddenly increase the voltage, then suddenly decrease the voltage, then obtain constant voltage, then increase the voltage. Now this is the change in voltage level with certain time, and this change in level of the voltage is called as voltage sag. Then we have to need voltage swell. Okay, that means this is called as voltage swell. Then voltage swell depends on voltage sinusoidal voltage. Then also in which we have to need RMS voltage level, and this RMS voltage level suddenly initially is constant, then suddenly change, then increase, decrease. That means in which voltage level will be changed. That is the in which we have to increase the RMS voltage, then change the level from 110 to 110 to 180% of nominal voltage. That means RMS voltage level from 110 to 180. Okay, and also in which we have to need time, and this time will be depends on frequency. Okay, then this require one half cycle of the 1 minute. That means it is very important. That means voltage swell is required time duration is one half cycle to 1 minute. Okay, now this is the concept of voltage swell and voltage surge. Both are depends on voltage level. Then next point is interruption. That means interruption also depends on load. When supply voltage is applied, then load current will be flowing from input side to output side. Then voltage is unbalanced at that instant. Small, large and medium interruption occur. That means also in which we have to measure the duration of the voltage magnitude. Then the duration of the voltage magnitude is always less than 10% of nominal voltage. Then this is called as interruption of voltage. Also interruption of voltage, it depends on interruption of load, interruption of frequency and interruption of current. Okay. Then also in which we have to need to avoid the interruption, then using protecting devices for the to avoid temporary interruption. Then also the duration of the interruption will be depends on the duration of the interruption will be depends on equipment malfunction and also depends on losses occurring any type of equipment. That means interruption will be depends on current, voltage and frequency, because in which voltage magnitude will be decrease or less than 10% of nominal voltage. Now this is the concept of interruption. Okay. Then this is a diagram of voltage interruption, is very important. Then unbalanced voltage. Then in the voltage unbalance is the ratio of negative sequence component and positive sequence component. That means in the voltage unbalance we have to study of the three component, that is zero sequence component, positive sequence component and negative sequence component. That means in voltage unbalance, this is the three-phase diagram, and the voltage will be unbalanced. That means R, Y and B. Three-phase voltage will be unbalanced. This is the upper axis is called as positive sequence component. Then this is the negative sequence component and this is the zero sequence component. And then also in which the voltage variation in power system, and also in which we have to need voltage magnitude, and phase angle difference between them is not equal. That means phase angle between R, Y, B is not same. Phase angle difference between R, Y and B is not equal. Then this type of voltage is called as unbalanced voltage. Then phase angle difference between three phases R, Y, B is equal. Then this type of voltage is called as balanced voltage. That means the phase angle and voltage magnitude is very important in voltage unbalance and voltage balance. Okay. Now this is the just overview of the unbalanced voltage and balanced voltage. Okay. Then also we have to need harmonics. Then harmonic result can be occur due to power electronic devices. Then also in which the harmonic generated with the help of harmonic field current, and this harmonic field current can be generated with the help of voltage and current. Okay. Then also when harmonics generated, then harmonics in the form of odd harmonics and even harmonics. Then in which we have to need harmonic integer or order of integer. Order of integer is very important in harmonic. That means we have to easily take concept of even harmonics and odd harmonics. Okay. Then also large amount of switching occur in any type of equipment or any type of power system. Then large amount of harmonic current will be generated in power system. At that instant we have to need to power electronic converter, and this power electronic converter is easy to affect the harmonic effect. Okay, that means harmonic current is affect the overall network of the power system. That means harmonic voltage and harmonic current should be limited in the connection of the network or any type of network or in power system network. Okay, now this is the concept of harmonics used in power system network. Okay, then also in which we have to need this is the overview of the harmonics. Then next point is power quality conditioner. Okay, then power quality conditioner or smart grid is very important. Then it is a very important point in power delivery, and power delivery will be depends on quality of power supply and quality of voltage supply. Then also in which we have to obtain the power quality conditioner in smart grid. Then in which we have to need equipment is required more sensitive to voltage disturbance and current disturbance. Then but large amount of equipment causes voltage disturbance due to number of loads, and also this number of loads will be connected to the power electronic converter. At that instant the voltage disturbance will be increases. Okay, then we have to need to power quality conditioner. At that instant we have to need the study of the different parameters like harmonic voltage, harmonic current, then voltage sag, voltage swell. Okay, that means these are the parameters will be studied in power quality. Okay, then also there are different power quality problems occur in smart grid like harmonics, resonance, flicker. These are the several problems occur in smart electrical grid system. Okay, at that instant we have to need power quality conditioner, also require tap changer, then also study of the active passive filters, hybrid filter. Also maintain the power quality in battery energy storage system in smart. These are the several parameters will be controlled in smart. Also in which in transmission line we have to measure the transmission network, that is we have to need balanced network to avoid the power quality issue. Okay, also use active filters, active power filters use in STATCOM. Also use STATCOM in to measure the to increase the efficiency of the network. Then also power quality issue will be generated due to microgrid and macrogrids. Okay, because in this type of grid we have to need remote terminal unit. That means remote terminal unit is easy to access all parameters from receiving end station and all data sent to the utility grid. That means remote area is very important. Also in we have to improve the power quality measurement, then use phasor measurement, that is called as PMU. Also use smart meters, also use advanced metering infrastructure used to improve the power quality in smart grid. Okay, that means these are the several equipment, that is PMU, smart meter and advanced metering infrastructure will be used in smart grid to improve the power quality of the system. Okay, also use communication network or communication technology will be used in smart grid to avoid power quality issue. Okay, then also in which we have to use active damping control method. That means we have to use need to study of the control system. That is we have to control the damping control, and this damping control is useful for distribution generation in microgrid and smart grid. Also we have to need Islanding detection and synchronization of power quality in diesel generator and microgrid. These are the several issues, power quality issue occur in distribution generation and microgrid. Okay, that means these are the several points is very important in power quality conditioner in smart grid. Okay, then also we have to need protection during fault. That means we have to need protection during fault, because fault is the major problem to increase the power quality issue in smart grid and microgrid. Okay, that means first we have to need to avoid power quality problems in smart grid. Okay, then also these several problems occur due to power quality due to power supply. That means power supply is delivery of the power supply is very important, because in which we have to set all parameters in power supply like voltage, current, frequency and power factor. These are the several parameters will be checked at the time of delivery of the power from the grid to other sources. And also we have to check the normal operating condition and full load condition. That means we have to initially change the all parameters with respect to normal condition and abnormal condition. Okay. At that instant we have to determine the continuity of the supply. That means we have to first check the continuity of the supply during short, long and medium supply duration or supply interruption. That means first we have to check the characteristics of supply voltage. That means we have to change magnitude, asymmetry, frequency and waveform shape of the supply voltage, because this parameter will affect the smart grid. Okay, that means first we have to need power quality. We have to need to study of the power quality issue, and we have to improve the power quality. We have to need to avoid power quality issues. Okay, now this is the just overview of the power quality conditioner for smart grid. Okay, then in also in web-based monitoring of the power quality. That means these two parameters will be depends on web-based. That means we have to use internet connectivity or internet connection for the communication. That means we have to need two-way communication, and this two-way communication will be based on web-based monitoring. That means first we have to increase the reliability of the monitoring system, and this reliability of the monitoring system is depends on web-based monitoring. Okay, that means we have to need to increase the technology, and this technology will be based on web-based. That means we have to increase the power quality and reliability of the monitoring system, and also in which we have to need alarm system. That means when fault occur in smart grid, then alarm is indicate the when fault is occurred. That means alarm indication is very important in smart grid. Okay, then also in web-based monitoring we have to need geographical region. That means we have to need map. Satellite map is very important, and also we have to study of the satellite map and easy to detect all locations to easy to monitoring. Okay, also in which we have to need all in web-based monitoring we have to need all interruption. Then also require power quality disturbances. Also we have to study of the voltage sag, voltage swell, harmonics. These all parameter is already know when we have to study of the web-based monitoring for power quality. Okay, then in web-based monitoring in which customer observation is very important, because the most of the power quality issue is affected by customer observation. That means customer will be large amount of fault in generated, and this all fault is affected by power quality. That means in which we have need customer observation is very important, because it is easily affect the power quality in smart. Okay. Then also in which we have to need the switching technology. And first switching technology developed in USA. Okay, and this switching technology can be operated with the help of software. Is developed by Lawrence Berkeley in National Laboratory. That means the study of the soft switching technology first discovered in USA, and this overall system can be managed with the help of Silicon Valley Manufacturing Group. Okay, that means this is the first pilot project in iGrid in 2000. That means in which first we have to demonstrate all the power quality events and all the process which is required for the power quality events, and also in which we have to measure the all parameters and also analysis of the all data it's required for the web-based monitoring. Okay, that means the soft switching technology first developed the program for the web-based monitoring. Okay, and all parameter will be tested with the help of field test, and also in which advanced version developed, that is called as beta iGrid system, and this beta iGrid system is very useful for the web-based monitoring system. Okay. That means the Silicon Valley pilot project is very good project for the web-based monitoring. Okay.